Hi everyone! Hi, everyone can see you. Let everyone see your pretty face. Hey everyone! We are here talking about Spider-Man Unlimited, revealing the first look at Update 5. It's gonna be sweet. Can you hear me? I just, quick check. All is good. Here, all okay. It seems like everything is working. Sweet, awesome. So we're going to be chatting about the next update, which will be live later next week. There's going to be some amazing content. Basically, right now is a really big time for people in the nerd world. Avengers Ultron is out, and they just announced a new Dragon Ball Z show that's coming out for my Saiyan Spider-Man fans, and they are new Game of Thrones episodes every week. So we are getting into the nerd of the big announcements with Silversable. She's the first female boss. She's awesome. And she's joining the Sinister Six as a mercenary member because the Sinister Six are having quite a difficult time with the Spider-Man and all that. So enter Silversable. Should we?
We can start off with Silversable. Yeah.
Sweet.
So we'll dive right into the events. Silversable strikes.
Yeah.
And this is...
She's a sexy female boss.
Yes.
She don't need no man.
And so this event is defeat enemies, and the leaderboard is also defeat enemies. So hopefully by now, you're used to those types of events.
Yes.
But for this update, all 4 buffed characters count towards the buffed objective. So before you could only use 1. Now you can use all of the buffed characters to really boost up your buff and complete the objectives a lot. So we will start.
Paper Clown's complaining that it's another grinding event. Can we talk about how wrong he is?
Well, yes. Maybe if you have all 4 buffs, you won't be grinding all day.
Exactly.
But this is not a 7-day event. It's only a couple days. There's 2 parts to the Silversable reveal. Mm-hmm. So this is the event part 1. Then there's a second boss event, which is different. So there's not super grinding over 7 days. So hopefully you'll appreciate that. And yes, we are aware of the feedback about the long grindingness of objective-based events. So
yes.
Taking that into consideration.
Take your feedback into consideration. Don't complain on my Twitch streams about it.
So yes, so just keep in mind, when this event goes live, you can use all the buffed characters to get a higher buff multiplier when you're defeating enemies. So, jump right into it.
Yeah. So.
Some intro text.
Intro text. Gotta love that intro text. Oh, it's Silversable! She's sweet. She's silver. She doesn't have a lot of color in her face and her costume because she's a Silversable.
Yes. So, we'll get right into it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Did you see that rocket launcher? Who saw that rocket launcher? It's a sweet rocket launcher, right? So for those of you who are currently playing the game, Cyber Scarlet Spider, who is Joe Wade, he was a evil guy who was turned into a cybernetic robot called Cyber Scarlet Spider, actually also known as Evil Scarlet Spider, but Marvel didn't like that name as much. So he's super cool. Like in the comics, his powers are like ultimate strength and laser beamed eyes like all the evil guys do. But in this game, he can run, swing, and fight, which is just as good. And here is Silversable. She's awesome. She's basically, here's the little backstory of Silversable. She is generally a mercenary. She kind of moves from the side of good to evil in a very Black Cat-esque way, except she's known a little bit more for being part of big organizations. Usually she's helping her home country of a word that I cannot say because it's also a made-up country. Oh my god, if that's a real country and I didn't know, this would be very embarrassing. But I'm pretty sure it's not a real country. Just thought of that option that it could have been real, and I just never heard of it. Anyway, so she's gathering the ISO 8. Sinister Six are paying her a nice sum of money to get her services, and it's kind of a difficult thing, you know. Peter Parker and Silversable have kind of a relationship in the past, and he's kind of having a difficult time with having to fight her. He's trying to get her back onto the side of good. Will she join the side of good or not? You will see later. But right now she is a evil, badass, awesome lady. And I love the evil lady bosses. They're cool. Need some more female things in the games, you know? So we did that with the spiders, and now we're doing it with the villains, and we have even more female villains probably planned after this, which will be sweet. I'm gonna take some questions and see if there's... Okay. Someone's asking, when is Mysterio coming? Mysterio, you can neither confirm nor deny that Mysterio is coming, but if a character villain were to come, who would be a Sinister Six member, one of like the core Sinister Six members, it would be the update after this one, which is going to be super sweet, and you guys will love it. Oh my god, I'm looking at like the new environment for the update after this one, and it's crazy. But one thing at a time, I want to focus on the amazingness of this update, because it's going to be amazing. We have a new icon for you to look at as well, for those of you who like regular Spider-Man. He's back in the icon. Let's see, any more questions? Why don't the buff Spidey stacked? Well, we're basically going in between, back and forth. Like for this event that Kyle's playing now, it will be stacked, but other times it gives you kind of an unfair advantage. It's kind of easy to have at least one of the buff characters, so it seems to be kind of a weird thing if you had them all buffed. But we're playing around with it. You know, the whole buffed objective-based rewards is a new thing that we're playing around with, and we're seeing what works, what doesn't, what players like, what they don't like, and, you know, playing around with it. So, Thapin97 gets right to the point and asks about the inventory slots, and I can confirm, yes, we have 40 inventory slots planned for this update. So, happy Spider-Man recruiting for your army, because 40 is quite a bit, and I'm sure you guys will be super stoked to not have that limitation of slots. So, Italian kid, that's a totally different thing, is asking what comes after the Sinister Six. We have a lot of cool things planned, nothing that's announced. We're kind of looking to sync up with the comics a little bit more, look at some previous big comic things that occurred in the Amazing Spider-Man series. Long term, we have symbiotes planned, but that's a little bit more in the long term. I know that's been a huge request, so we definitely want to have it in the game eventually. We're just trying to figure out exactly how we include that and all of the extra design features that have to go along with that, which surprisingly take a lot of work and time and effort. When will the update go live on Android? Kyle can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's planned next week around the same time as iOS.
Yeah, the team's shooting for that. You know, there is different approval processes for Google Play and iTunes. So we'll see. We'll have more news next week, but right now we're hoping and planning that both platforms get the update at the same time. But we'll definitely keep you posted on that if anything changes. All
right. Mike Hippie asks for the new voices for the Spideys. Yes, I did confirm that this update is going to have new Spider-Man voices for a specific amount of Spider-Men. Is it not on this one? I thought he had a new voice.
We can turn it up a little.
Okay.
But yeah,
I recall very early on in the conversations that he would be one of the ones who had the new voice. But I don't remember, so we have to double check. Okay, guys, you can let me know if Cyber Scarlet Spider has the new voice. If he doesn't, it's a good time to move on to someone who does have the new voice.
We will see.
Yeah, if you can't tell by now, we can't hear the audio. So, you guys, I'm going to have to ask you to confirm. So, any legendaries with a 2x combo and 30% extra from combos. That's a bit specific. And I cannot recall all
So
of
he
the
just wants
abilities.
the most overpowered.
He just wants a Spider-Man to be the most
overpowered.
epic and overpowered ever. Well, we do have a new rarity plan, so I think that might be a pretty good one for the new rarity that's coming up, not in this update. Oh, look, you guys! This is a perfect introduction into Spidey tiers, which is a totally new event, or not event, a totally new system. Basically, what just happened is Kyle went from a what were you before? A heroic to a champion. So he was a heroic tier, and then his Spidey power increased to a champion. He just received huge rewards of a VIP portal and 75 ISO 8s. And he's going to get huge amount of reward, or much bigger rewards in the events now. So why don't we go over tiers, and we can explain what tiers are, and show you how cool it is to have this new feature in the game.
Yeah. So, tiers.
People are freaking out about this.
Yeah.
It's not back though.
Why it's glitching? But anyway.
Okay, so the tiers go from rookie to legendary. Based on your Spidey power. So the higher the Spidey power you have, the higher your tier is, and therefore the more rewards you get in the events, in the leaderboards, and things like that. So,
goes up to champion, legendary.
yes. So when you start the game, you'll start off as a rookie. And then when you level up for like the first time and rank up for the first time, you're pretty much going to go straight to intermediate, experience, and so on. And what's cool is you also can see it in the teams page. So why don't you show the teams page? There it is. So at the very bottom, you can see what your tier is and what you need to get to the next tier. And then let's show them the increased rewards that you get when you go to the events.
Sure. So the this one. So yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
So basically your rewards, as I mentioned, are determined by your Spidey power. The higher the Spidey power, the higher the tier, the more rewards you get. And you get an individual reward for each time you go to a higher tier. So, and those rewards are pretty big. Like the one Kyle just got was VIP portal and 75 ISO 8, which is enough for another VIP portal. And now his rewards for the events on the leaderboard is now much higher than it was previously. So that's the general idea behind the tiers. The whole idea behind it is to kind of promote and reward players for continuing with the game, getting higher Spidey powers, creating a better team of Spider-Men, and general progression. So the more you progress, the more you play, the higher your levels, the better your tier will be. And that is Spidey tiers. And if you have any questions, just ask throughout this thing. But people are getting really stoked about the new Spider-Man. So I think we should really show off the new Spider-Man, the new VO that we have. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah. So just one more thing about the Spidey tiers. I saw
Okay.
someone ask. So if you already have like high-level Spideys, you already have them fully ranked up, your score multiplier is high, then you're going to start off in one of those top tiers. But you're going to also get all the perks and the rewards from all the past tiers. So you update your game, and then you're going to jump right in and get promoted to one of those top tiers. All the previous rewards from past tiers will go to your inbox, so you can claim them. Once you're promoted to a tier, you can't get demoted. Even if you sell your Spider-Man or lose your Spider-Man, you'll remain in that top tier. And then what else? So yeah, another important thing, we were just talking about leaderboard rewards. if you start at a certain tier and you start the event, you're locking in those rewards. So if you happen to get promoted to a new tier in the middle of an event, your rewards aren't going to change. So that's just something to keep in mind as you're playing. And you might wonder why your rewards aren't updating if you get promoted. If you're already halfway through an event or if you've already done a run, then you'll stay at those rewards. So if you have any other questions about that, let us know. But that's pretty much the way that works. And yeah, now we got super awesome, super cool new Spideys.
Yeah,
that, we can test out in the Spider X event.
Okay.
Another thing, so for this one, we're back to knocking out enemies, and we got some awesome leaderboard rewards that are a bit varied for different tiers. So top 1 through 5. Once again, this is based on your tier level, so you can see your leaderboard rewards. You got an event portal if you're in the top 50, rank up cards, VIP portals, ISO 8. The progress rewards are also pretty awesome now. You can see you got some event portals. This is a week-long event, so this is why there are 7 progress rewards. Mm-hmm. But you get a pretty nice variety: event portal, ISO 8, another event portal later on, and then the new character as the final progress reward. For most of the events in the next update, those new characters will be back as final progress rewards. So if you got the who should we lead with? Spider X?
Spider X for sure. By the way, someone asked about the new office. This is temporary. We don't have walls for the other conference rooms, but down the line we're going to have a way cooler background than this white one. We originally wanted to show you our nice New York skyline, but then you couldn't see our faces because of the light of the background. So the background of us will be much more interesting in the future. Dude, look at Spider X. He's so cool. So often people refer to him as Man Spider. In the game he's called Spider X because that's a way cooler name than Man Spider. Man Spider's a bit literal. Spider X is like, yeah, that's Spider X. Yeah. So he's sweet. He has legs on his back, which is awesome. And what I think is really cool about his old costume and his look is he has Peter Parker's original suit, and it's like ripped at the ankles and the wrists, and it was like ripped in the back. Like it was just his original suit, but just ripped as if some crazy monster came out of it, which I think is just a very cool design overall. And what's very cool about him as well, his face is crazy intricate. He has like, 4 or 6 eyes. He's like, raw, he's like teeth. They're really crazy. And then he has like these pincers also sticking out of his face. He just has this crazy look. He looks so sweet. And meanwhile, I'm going to be taking some questions. Also, yes, you will notice, sweet new VO, we could not release this character if we had the same Peter Parker VO. So the VO is supposed to represent a little bit of the darker, more monstrous, non-human based Spider-Man. So this will cover Spider X and Tarantula and Superior Venom, who didn't have a VO voice before. Now he will have one. It'll cover Cyber Scarlet Spider. It will also include, who else? One more. Oh, Ghost Spider. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, that Ghost Spider also has this VO. So yay. Anthony asks, will the VIP portal change again? Yes, it changes every 15 days, so...
Changed today.
Oh, it changed today?
Changed today
awesome.
For the third one.
Who's in this one?
I have to take a look, but...
I'll take a look. I'll tell you who's in the portal. Okay, meanwhile, while this game is loading... let's see. Will we have inventory slots as progression awards? Yes, you will. I think it's every Wednesday we have a slot-based flash event.
Thanks a slot.
Thanks a slot. Look out for the Thanks a slot events. Because all of those will have slots as progression awards, and I believe in general you will see them in events randomly. But yeah, hold on. I'm going to look and see who's in the VIP portal. Okay, we got some sweet one. My personal favorite, Earth X, Bat Spider-Man. Finally, because I really needed to level him up. You guys will be stoked about this one. Spider-Gwen is in the VIP portal, along with Ultimate Black Widow, Lady Spider, 1602 Spider-Man, Ashley Barton Spider-Girl, who, I don't know, I love her. She used to be called Spider-Bitch. I mean, that's an amazing backstory. And she's, whose daughter? Hawkeye's daughter. And also half black. I don't know how that works. I don't know who her mother is. Magic. Marvel things.
Anyway, we got
Marvel Sparkle
Tarantula on display now.
Oh, yes. Okay, so you will, this is the first time you're seeing the new, one of the new Spider-Men for this update. It's Tarantula, who was formerly Scarlet Spider. So this is Kane. But before he became Scarlet Spider, he was essentially this horrific monster of a beast. You'll remember him from things like Spider Island, and he's really cool. I mean, he has like 4 red glowing eyes, crazy like mouth formations, and he's quite hairy, and he has that like Robin Hood hood, which like kind of gives him like a cute-ish personality. And here is one of my personal favorites. I fought so hard to get this character in the game. Originally she was not allowed in the game, and I pressed and I pressed and I asked why, and Marvel looked into it, and we eventually got her in the game, so she's really special. It's Exoskeleton Arana, who is a different variant of Anya Corazon, but in an exoskeleton suit. And you guys have to take a closer look at the suit. It is so beautifully intricate. Just like the red highlights and that teal blue, and she has like this midriff showing, and her eyes are like so big. They're like proper spider eyes, but in a super cute way. So, yes, she's awesome. I love the fact that we have her in the game. So, I'm going to also look at some questions because I'm seeing a lot. Any alternate plans for Vial spending in the future? Right now, the key for Vials is to level up, because a lot of people are having trouble leveling up their characters. Or not trouble, but it can take a long time to level up all your characters. So, that's what the vials are there for. Use your vials to get standard portal, summons, and then use those standard portal guys to level up your existing characters. And that is the best way to spend your vials in the game. And it's really going to help you level up. That's how I got like Spider-Girl in up from like level 20 to level 90 in like a week.
Ready to die?
Eon Chow asks why Exoskeleton Arana wasn't allowed at first. I'm not exactly sure the reason. Originally, Marvel flagged her as someone we couldn't have, and I was really bummed because she was one of my favorites. Her look is so cool. So, I kind of like pushed the issue a little bit. I kind of asked like, why can't we have her? Is there anything we could do to get her and all this? And Marvel just looked into it a little bit more and found that we could end up using her in the end, that the legal issues that we had around her were no longer in place, and we got this sweet, awesome exoskeleton.
Maybe there's hope for Unlimited Spider-Man?
Maybe there's hope for Unlimited. I did ask Marvel. I just have not received a official response yet, so no word on that yet, but I will certainly keep you guys updated because I could tell you're really stoked about it. So yes. Professor Broski asks, are we going to still get multi-day events? And the answer to that is yes. I believe we have 2 planned for this update.
Yeah, 1 or 2, I think.
But definitely 1.
Yep.
And it's going to be around, like, Spider-X or Tarantula that are going to play big roles in that. And yeah, what's cool about Spider-X and Tarantula is usually when we release a character, they don't usually play a part in the dialogues. You usually have the core Spider-Man, like Spider-Gwen and regular Spider-Man, Superior, Ultimate, Spider-UK, the Scarlet Spiders. Those are the guys usually kind of Silk as well, usually participating in the dialogues, but we thought that these guys were so cool, we're like, we gotta get them in the dialogues, we gotta make them a bigger part of the story. So that is the whole story around Spider-X and Tarantula. They will be part of the stories. And I really like their backstory. The whole idea of these spiders is that you know, they were previously evil Spider-Men, so why are they fighting on the side of good? Well, that's just how crazy effed up this whole situation has become. The Sinister Six are taking over dimensions, absolutely destroying things in their path. New York is like in a rampage of dimensional war and destruction, and this stuff is even so crazy for the previously evil Spider-Men like Spider-X and Tarantula that they're like, you know what? We gotta help out. This is the time to join forces and stop these guys because they're getting a bit too intense, too much. So, let's see, any questions? Mike Hippie asks if we talked to Marvel that it was in a game and the comics. Yes, mentioned all of that. Don't worry. Any if we can get Unlimited, we will get him. And if not, then Marvel has an extremely good reason why they're limiting the release of that character. So either way, guys, laissez-faire attitude about this. It's all good.
So, what's Spider?
Yes. Okay. So now we have Blood Spider in the game. Check him out. He's sweet. He has a backpack with these wires attached to his arm. And he's kind of extended as part of our, previously dark Spider-Man joining the side of good. Yeah, he has just a really cool look. Like, his face is, like, he uses the traditional colors of blue and red, but in such a different way that it really feels more like, deeper blood-like colors rather than Peter Parker's original Spider-Man colors. So let's see. Like Attack on Titan says, baddest man. I don't know what I said that's like Attack on Titan, but any Attack on Titan reference is good with me. I love Attack on Titan. So will the portal odds be made better? Asked Shirovet. We're also...
I think it's Cairo.
Oh, Chirovet.
He's on the forums.
We're always we're always looking to make the portal odds basically better, and the chances of getting the Spider-Man you want are actually a lot better. Obviously, in the VIP portal and the special event portals that we do, like the Spider-Woman one or the Amazing Spider-Man one, that are more on the lines of 50 ISO 8 rather than 40. But yes, we're always looking to see how that can be improved, and we do have some long-term plans to improve the whole experience of the portals. So that's always something that we're looking at and trying to improve, definitely. It's like chiropractor. Yeah, sorry.
They were
about
making
that.
fun of us on the forums last time because we kept pronouncing everyone's name
Oh
wrong.
my god, it's because I have like I don't know. I can't read and talk and watch this, and then all of your names are all lowercase or like randomly lowercase and uppercase and all squeezed into, short little things. No, I cannot pronounce the names. But that's because I'm focused on telling you some sweet, cool stuff. And we should be showing more Silversable, by the way.
We can jump into that event again.
These guys want to see some Silversable.
I think they also want to see the fronts of the characters, so we can take a look at the main menu.
Oh yeah, let's look at some models, definitely.
And,
Okay.
So, up first, Spider-X.
Oh, the backpack is like Attack on Titan. I kind of see that. Yeah, totally. I like. It's a good one. Good shout. I'd love that. Will there be any improvements in the voices? Well, the current voices are pretty sweet. What do you mean improvements? Unless you're referring to, oh, there are new voices and I totally didn't notice that, but there's new voices and they're awesome. And they're done by, what's that guy's name? Who does our Spider-Man voices? I've totally forgot his name. Totally blanking on his name. But the guy who does our regular Spider-Man voices did this one as well, and he is pretty awesome.
Is it Yuri?
Yes, Yuri Lowenthal. I love that guy. He's so great.
So, here's Spider-X, by the way. He was on the screen for a while. This is Tarantula.
I like it. See, look, I love like the fact that his hood's kind of like half over one of his eyes. Yeah, he's a sweet one. I mean, you can kind of see like little hair particles and stuff like that, and he looks all creepy and skinny. Oh, it's cool.
Who else we got? We got Blood Spider again.
Blood Spider, so deep blood-like colors, sweet backpack and wires in the back, kind of like, you know, blood-sucking technology kind of thing.
And then,
yes. Look how cool she is. Dark lips, midriff, teal, big yellow spider eyes that are cute yellow spider eyes. Ah, I love her. I'm so glad that we got her in the game. And that, the red front design I think is so awesome. So, well done team to this one. I'm stoked about it. So we have other Spider-Men in this update. We have a special one following Cinco de Mayo, and we have another cool kind of dark, twisty Spidey. But we're not showing him yet. We don't want to give all the secrets away. So, yes, that's all we're going to share for now.
you know what we forgot? Forgot to show the trailer, which we can do before more Silversable.
Yes. Okay. Do people want to see a trailer? I want people to say they want to see the trailer.
See the demand for wanting an early preview at this trailer.
So, while I wait for the demand of people wanting to see the trailer, I will answer questions. Okay, well, this person says, thank you for the tier system, and you're very welcome, sir. Okay, there's some people who want to see the trailer. Okay, I got my answers. Let's do it.
Let's get to it. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't blow out all your speakers.
Okay.
But
It wasn't supposed to be this way. But as they say, strange times make strange friends. And with the entire dimension at stake, times don't get much stranger than these. Everybody always says that they want a hero. But in the face of absolute evil, sometimes it takes a monster to get the job done.
I used to be so into you, but after this sad performance, I'm not so sure. You're out of your depth, Webbs.
Yay.
maybe we could play it again at the end.
Yeah, we'll play it again at the end for anyone who might have missed that. But yay, sweet trailer. I worked on that.
Alright. Now more Silversable.
Yes, let's get into more Silversable because she's awesome. And for those of you who have not been paying attention to her voice is so sweet. Oh, she has this she basically has this deep, kind of 50s, 60s, maybe 30s, 40s, black and white movie type, kind of an old-fashioned, deep, strong woman voice. Whoever casted her for this one, I think they did such a good job. I'm pretty obsessed with it. She's fantastic. So we're about to see Silversable now. She's coming to take on Spider-X.
Don't mess with a jetpack and a rocket launcher.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, she's obviously known for a lot of, big guns and, kind of secret agent tech stuff. So she has a giant rocket launcher and a jetpack, and that's how you take her on. It's pretty cool. And I love the fact that we just have. Okay, Jerry Fifth is making fun of me because I couldn't pinpoint the genre of her voice, but whatever, okay? I didn't study film, okay? I just know the general tone that she has, which is like a kind of an old-time movie-esque voice. Be mean. Let's see. So, JPG mentions that Silversable is dead. Well, this is in the comics, and people come back to life all the time in the comics, so might be dead in the comics, but she's not dead in this game. She plays a big role in this game, so doesn't matter. Yeah, she's dead in the comics. Maybe she'll die in this game. Maybe not.
If you try hard enough.
If you try hard enough, maybe you'll kill her. But so the whole idea behind Silversable is actually she kind of, goes between the side of good and bad. So what I really like about the narrative is Peter Parker's trying to convince her, like, Silversable, what are you doing joining the Sinister Six? They're like making things crazy. They're not going to help your hometown of a country that I cannot say because I'm really bad at pronouncing things. And so it's kind of Peter Parker kind of has this whole struggle with seeing Silversable kind of take him on, and it's kind of cute. I really like it because they of all of the kind of evil characters, there's only like Black Cat and Silversable that Peter Parker had like a little romance with. So I quite like that addition to the dynamic added to the whole villains.
I think someone asked about multi-day events.
Okay, yes, there will be multi-day events in this update. There's also some planned for the update after this one. So don't worry, multi-day events will continue with sweet rewards and lots of fun narrative-based content.
And the bugs have been fixed on Android, so they'll return for that.
Yes, Clash of Spideys, we're figuring out if we're going to do some Clash of Spideys events for Update 5. They're not 100% confirmed yet, but the bugs have been fixed, so if we do it, it will be available for Android.
And we'll take into consideration your feedback from the other two to make sure they're enjoyable and fun and awesome. Because they are awesome.
It was Cairo Vet.
I don't know who asked about this.
No, that's how I say his name.
Like chiropractor.
Cairo.
And then
okay, I'm just
maybe
going to say Cairo, okay? Black Cat is on the side of us on this game because, yeah, should be crazy, when dimensions are being attacked and all that. Yes, but she's not always on the side of good at all, in fact. She's usually doing some really naughty behavioring things. So, yeah, I mean, of course there's that cool dynamic between Peter Parker and Black Cat in a very similar way to Peter Parker and Silversable in this game. Paper Clown asks about more non-flying bosses. We definitely want to have more non-flying bosses. They're a little bit hard to keep incorporating into the game, but we're always looking at new ways to kind of bring in more content and bring in non-flying bosses in other types of environments and stuff. It's definitely something that we're exploring. We're just it takes a long time to figure out. And, the game's also, the producers and the developers are adding like a ton of sweet content. And like just totally new different modes, all of this stuff. Some really cool long-term stuff planned. So it's hard to like get everything we want. We are a small game. Mike Hippie asks about the Shattered Dimension Cosmic Spider-Man. I have reached out, but I have not received an answer. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I hear from them. You're gonna keep asking, so I'm gonna have to know eventually.
Have to walk down to Marvel offices.
Yeah, go to
face
Marvel.
To face.
I think they're on 50th Avenue or 50th Street. So Jerry 50th asks about Spider-Ham. Well, Spider-Ham we'd love to have in the game. We're just... it's a bit difficult right now. We don't actually have the capability to add him into the game because he's a smaller size character. So we kind of have to figure out exactly, you know, how to do that. But, I mean, he's totally, like, everyone here is obsessed with him. We totally want Spider-Ham in the game. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it exactly. Baddest Man asks if there's any new worlds planned. Yeah, we have some new environments. One that's totally focused around the next Sinister Six boss member, the last one, and some of you will know who that is. Some of you will find out once you beat issue 5. But yes, there's going to be a whole new event around that. And eventually, when we do add the symbiotes to the game, we will have an environment plan for that as well, which is going to be a whole new thing. It's going to be so sweet. But like I said, that was talking, you know, like that's a little bit more down the line because we have to figure out how to add swinging bosses to the game, which is actually quite a big undertaking. And once you find out the stuff that we're adding to the game, you'll be like, I see what they were working on. I get it now. So it was actually Jerry 50th was talking about Spider Pig from Simpsons, not Spider Ham. So Spider Pig is like definitely not a thing that we can add because it's not technically a Marvel IP. So no.
You can pretend.
You can pretend. Squid really hard. Some of those flames that look like pigs. Clumps of pigs. Yeah. So Mohit99 asks how we record our gameplay and if Clash of Spideys for Android will happen again or not. So regarding Clash of Spideys, the issue is fixed and we're looking into more Clash of Spideys events in the future. So when we do have a Clash of Spideys event planned, it will be for Android as well. In terms of recording the gameplay, what we do is we create builds, and then we create a Windows version where you can play the game on the computer with, you know, keyboard controls. And we have recording systems in the computer at a very high res, so that we can record, but through the computer, not through the device itself, because recording capabilities through devices are actually not very good, and recording capabilities through computers are much better. So, some little inside secrets into marketing assets from GameLoft.
And if he's asking about the live stream, I could quickly show. Like for the live stream, we use an Elgato HD capture card, and then it plugs into the iPad and goes through open broadcast software. So that's what we're using right now. When we record stuff for like trailers and other things, it's through like the Win32 version. So, and I know like people that make like YouTube videos, like JoJo, I think he's in this chat and stuff. People record their games on like Elgatos or other capture cards, bring it to their computer, and then they edit it from there or live stream it from there.
Yeah. So Cairo Vet asks about adding an Are You Sure button for big ISO 8 expenditures. It definitely makes sense to have. In terms of adding it, it sounds bizarre, but every little addition to the game is like a big thing. So I'm not 100% sure. Generally, I think just reaching out to customer care when you accidentally make a purchase like that is the best way for now, but we can definitely explore it. In terms of an ETA, we don't really have one. But it's definitely something we can ask the game team to include in an upcoming update and see if they have the manpower to do it with the current schedule that we have, which is long-term and jam-packed.
And I think it was asked the last time we live streamed, which was 2 weeks ago. And I think like an important thing we could like mention is like 2 weeks ago, this was already being finalized. So like suggestions and feedback, new ideas, can't just be like directly injected into the next update.
Yeah.
Because it's weeks and weeks of planning and 2 weeks ago, this was already being finalized. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the feedback cycle.
So JPG asks about the spider who was formerly Ghost Spider. The spider formerly known as Ghost Spider, or the opposite, later known as Ghost Spider. He is planned for the game. We actually have kind of he has this weird cape and stuff. I actually don't know if he's even like that cool of a character. He kind of looks like a mix of Spider-Man and Superman. But we do have something pretty cool planned around him since he's such an evil character. But just, kind of down the line. Mike Hippie asks about Spider-Verse Cyborg Spidey. Well, we never actually planned to have him because we have Cyborg Spider-Man. Or is it Spider Cyborg? No, we have Cyborg Spider-Man, which is so similar to Cyborg, to Spider Cyborg, or whatever the other one's name is, from Spider-Verse. So we never actually planned it, because he didn't seem to be that cool of a character to release. Plus people really like Cyborg Spider, but he's not necessarily the favorite, where it would justify having like 2 versions of him. So, Kyle is currently playing the Mother's Day event, where you can collect heart boxes in a cool, I think, this is a 7-day event?
I don't know. I know, the major character events are pretty lengthy, but I think these special ones overlap. I think the Mother's Day event's going to overlap some of the Silversable events by a few days. But we can totally check it out on the menu when I die.
N Chow asks that we have Earth-X Spider-Man, but are we going to get Earth-X Venom, who we went back into action save. Actually, I have not looked into Earth-X Venom. That's definitely a cool one. I'll remember that one. But we did plan for the Spider-Girl, who was from Earth-X as well. So, but very down the line, we've definitely looked into her, and we're very familiar with the Earth-X series, because that's a really cool one. I mean, when you have Fat Spider-Man, it's always going to be cool. So yeah, definitely. And then, so Boba Fetish asks about the lag issues on Android to be addressed soon. So, to be clear, we're always looking to optimize the lag and improve the performance with every update that we do. But you might not necessarily be familiar with the new button that we have on the Android, which can switch between your performance and your graphics. So if you are experiencing lots of lags on your Android device, then definitely go into settings, go into game options, and switch from your graphics, high graphics, to a powerful performance. It will reduce your graphics that you have for the game, and it's actually a very minimal change. It really doesn't look very different at all. And you're just going to have a much cleaner, smoother experience. Very little to no lagging. In fact, people have really responded well to this, so that is probably your best bet in fixing any lags that you may have experienced.
I think this update also includes further performance improvements for Lollipop, the newest
Yes,
Android.
a lot of people have been asking for that.
So if you're on Lollipop right now, you should see some additional improvements for your device after you update.
Yeah. Okay, and then Jerry 50th is just being mean to Hydro Man and called him a loser. He is a loser. He is. He's funny because he's that villain who is like the laughable villain. But that's why he's so great, and that's why we included him in this game, because he's hilarious. Come on. He's so funny, Hydro Man, and he has the worst puns. I'd say if anyone has bad puns in this game, it's Hydro Man. But they're so bad that they're good, and that's what's awesome about it. So someone's asking for the Movieverse spiders. So I'm not sure if you want the Movieverse spiders, firstly, because the Movieverse spiders just look like regular Spider-Man with different textures and some slight different alterations. So they're not even that cool. But no, we don't have plans for the Movieverse spiders. We think that the comic dimensional versions of each spider are way cooler, provide a much different variation of characters. You get the girls, you get Fat Spider-Man, you get Superior Venom and the Ultimate Series characters. I mean, way more options when you're going into the comics. So, no, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, what we're providing, I think, is way cooler. I mean, look at Tarantula, for instance. 4 eyes, legs on his back, sweet hood, and a great new voiceover actor for this one, which you guys have been asking for a long time and you're finally getting. So what about the other spiders from the Galactic Alliance of Spiders? Asks Azamat. So we're looking at all of the characters. Definitely, there's other Galactic Alliance Spiders members, and we'll totally look into them. We just thought that that our Spider Mech was actually the coolest option of them all. But
He almost won.
he did.
He almost won the community.
He did. He was. What was the score in the end? Like what?
Things like 44 to 39.
Yeah,
or
it was a
35.
really close one. I would have been surprised if he had won though, because I don't know, 2211 just seems so sweet to me.
But check this out.
So Shell Dog mentions that a few weeks ago he tweeted me about Octo Spidey being in Spider-Man Unlimited. So yes, that's Spider-Man, but with Dr. Octopus's tentacles. That would be kind of a difficult one, because the legs are so long and everything, but I actually have not received a response on that one yet. But I can continue to follow up and look into that, and we'll keep that in mind for future spiders for sure. Let's see. Are you going to do non-spider playable characters like Black Cat? Asked the one guy in blue. And I can confirm that yes, we have this entire update planned down the line with all of these non-spiders, all relating to a certain theme that a lot of you guys have been asking for. And it's going to be a lot of non-Spider-Men playing as playables. So it's been a huge community request, and we are working on it, and you can expect it later on this year. It's going to be great. That's all I'm going to say on that. I already gave actually quite a bit of hints already, but yeah. So Artist of War 24 asks about Black Suit Spidey, and I know that this was a big thing before, so sorry that I'm only answering this question now. I know you guys want Black Suit Spider-Man, and he's 100% planned for the game. The only reason why we haven't released him yet is because we have a larger plan around him, but it's going to be, yes, he's planned for the game, he's going to be awesome, and the only reason why we haven't released him yet is because we have a special storyline around him that will be in the game eventually, later on this year. Definitely for 2015. So yes. So let's see. Any appropriate questions? What about Lady Octopus as a boss? Asks my kitty. I have to look into Lady Octopus. I wanted to get her actually. I heard about her and I thought she'd be cool because I'm pretty sure that Lady Octopus is the one who got Cyber Scarlet Spider to become Cyber Scarlet Spider. So the fact that somewhere in the Marvel world exists a female Doc Ock, very interesting. But these characters take a long time to create. Their models are huge. Their voiceover, everything is huge. So we want to provide the best of the villains and prioritize them that way. So it's not necessarily planned right now, but there's no saying down the line. There's nothing down the line saying that. Maybe we'll have it eventually.
Another thing worth noting.
Yes?
For those high score events, the bug is fixed where those multipliers weren't multiplying correctly. So for players who are seeing that should be all set in the new update.
Yeah, we should confirm some big community features that are being added in this game. firstly, you guys are always asking for it, and we're confirming it officially. You're getting 40 new slots this update. It's going to be fantastic. So lots of new room to collect Spider-Man and grow your Spidey army into a massive, just a massive army, the best one. We're having a collection counter, so this will allow you to kind of be able to count your Spider-Man cards that you have compared to all of the ones available in the game. So you guys have also asked for that, as well as an achievements counter, so you can count all of the achievements that you have done versus the ones that you still need to do. VIP portal rotation is huge. There's 3 types of VIP portals that are rotating every 15 days. I say it every stream, I'm going to say it again. If you guys are not checking what's in the VIP portals and what's in the portals in general, you're really missing out, because those events, every event portal that we release, every new portal is always changing. The chances of getting your favorite Spider-Man are always being rotated. So it's a really great chance for you to get the Spider-Man that you want, and then really use them for to gain an advantage in the events by having those characters buff your score, buff your objective in a really sweet way. So keep checking, and for those of you who haven't noticed, the VIP portal was rotated today, and amazing Spider-Man are currently in it, including my personal favorite, Earth X, who's Fat Spider-Man. We got Spider-Gwen, 1602 Spider-Man from the Renaissance era. We have Ashley Barton Spider-Girl, all legendaries, by the way, and a bunch of other more awesome ones. So definitely keep checking those VIP portals. In addition, we're providing more rewards in the events. We can provide multiple rewards per each progression threshold, so basically giving you more events, more variety for the rewards that you're getting in the events, in the leaderboard and the progression. We're bringing seasonal events, because I know you guys love that. We got a really big Cinco de Mayo portal planned, as well as a really big event planned. And after Cinco de Mayo, we're bringing a brand new Spider-Man. I'll give you a hint. He's a Mexican Spider-Man. And that's all I'm going to say, because it's a pretty big hint. But you guys are going to love him. He looks so fantastic, and his art style is actually very different from any of the other Spider-Men we have in the game right now. We'll have 4th of July coming up, and a bunch of other new stuff. Additionally, we got in objective-based events, there are events where you can use all 4 cards to buff your objective-based event, which has been a huge community feedback, and we've listened, and we're getting you what you guys want, because ultimately we want to give you guys what you want.
And you're definitely going to want to take advantage of that.
Oh my god,
you're gonna
yes.
fall behind on the leaderboard.
Yes, it's very important to get all of the 4 buff spiders. It's very key if you want to place highly on the leaderboard. And it's also really important if you want to, get the progression rewards really quick without having to play for long periods of time. So yes, I cannot stress enough how important these buffed spiders are. If you are not collecting all of the spiders, and if you are giving away your lower rarity spiders because they're a lower rarity and you have a higher rarity version of them, that is not the best strategy to take. The best strategy is to keep getting all of the spiders, open your inventory slots, keep opening the slots. Don't get rid of your spiders just because you have higher versions of them, because the buff spiders is going to give you a huge advantage in these events.
Yeah, and you don't just need all 4. You can get, the same one 4 times.
Yes.
So,
yes.
if you want to get the top multiplier and add them to your tag team 4 times, that'll work the best.
Totally.
One of these events I was playing on, I think one of them had times 10. So if you got 4 of them on your team, you're going to get 40 times the buff, which is huge.
I also wanted to confirm some fixed bugs that we have for the game. And we know about these bugs because you guys tell us about the bugs. So thank you for always reporting all of these things that are going on in the game. We have fixed high score buff bugs, as Kyle mentioned. We have Clash of the Spiders fixed for Android, so when we do have more Clash of the Spiders events in the future, we will be running them for Android as well. And we have improved support for Lollipop, which I know has been a huge request from the Android community, and now we have it. So yay! Lots of good things. So, awesome. I will answer more questions. The release date of this update, that depends on Apple and how long it takes them to approve the update. So it will be live any day between Monday to Wednesday. We're hoping to get it live on Tuesday, but it could be any time between those 3 days. And it should be available on Android as soon as it's available on iOS. Yes. What else? Kingpin Venom asks, Red 3X12. We don't have plans for Kingpin Venom yet, but we should totally look into that because that sounds amazing and would be a really cool addition to our symbiote series that we have planned for down the line in the game. So someone is asking about Windows Phone not being updated, and basically to give you a reason, a very clear and easy reason why Windows Phone is not being updated is because ultimately the platform proved to be too small. We weren't getting enough downloads, and porting internally takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of personnel, and it ends up being quite expensive. And ultimately we made a business decision that we weren't getting enough downloads from Spider-Man Unlimited on Windows Phone to be able to support updates. And that's really the reason. But the good news is we can confirm that once Black Suit Spider-Man is released in Spider-Man Unlimited, that Windows Phone will have Black Suit Spider-Man. And we can at least provide you guys that, because I know that was a bummer for you, and we do wish that we could do more for Windows Phone. And hopefully someday it will be a large enough platform that it does make sense to keep supporting updates for it. Premium portal rotation in this update, asked Jerry 50th. We're not planning on rotating the premium portal because a lot of new users would find the experience of rotating premium portals to be quite confusing. But we are looking into rotating the Premium Allies portal. It's definitely in the plans. We just haven't started it yet, but we want to definitely do that. So we'll keep you updated on when that starts to happen.
And just on top of that, like one thing to note about this tier system, you might have seen it when we were viewing the other pages, but like if you're a rookie tier, on the rookie tier, your standard portal and premium portal are going to be at the lowest, not the lowest, but the lowest setting or calibration, and then you get promoted to a new tier, and your premium portal and your standard portal get upgraded.
Yes.
So you move on to premium portal level 2 and standard portal level 2, and that'll mean that new spiders are added, and new rarities of spiders are added to that portal.
Do we want to show them the portal itself so they can get a little bit of a better idea?
We can try. I'm not sure. This is like the beta device.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't think we have...
we don't have much portal stuff.
We don't have portals in the beta. Never mind.
But
we can't show you.
Yeah.
But yes, so basically your... when you go to a higher tier, you will have changed standard portals and premium portals that suit your needs as a higher level player. So the key is that basically as you progress in the game, as you're collecting more Spider-Men and ranking them up and leveling them up, you get better rewards, you get better Spider-Men from the existing portals, and you are getting a overall better experience and more rewards for what to justify your level of game playing. Someone with a name that I cannot say asks about Kane's first experience with his purple cape or Kane as the other. We are very aware of both of those versions of Kane. Kane has been through many different transformations. I was going to make a transformation joke about some sort of celebrity who changes a lot, but I couldn't think of one. Maybe Michael Jackson. Kane changes more than Michael Jackson. This is a really bad joke. Never mind. This is a terrible joke. Kane obviously has a lot of different versions and looks, and right now we thought obviously the best versions of him are Scarlet Spider and Tarantula, but we will definitely look into the other ones. Specifically, the first version where he's just like kind of a naked monster is my least favorite. So I'll be honest, there's not a high priority for that one. I don't even know if technically we legally have the rights to it. That's something I would have to look into. But yes, down the line we'll certainly look into those characters because we're going to want all the characters. Jerry50th says Miley Cyrus, and Baddest Man says Prince. And Baddest Man also says Puff Daddy. So there you go. I guess they've been through some transformations. So let's see. Okay, JPG asks about Spider Phoenix, who is planned, I believe. I have to check and double check that we can definitely get him for the game, but I believe he is planned, not scheduled, because we got some really awesome Spider-Man planned, but definitely considering for sure. He's in the plans. Let's see. So people are asking about Carnage, and as mentioned before, we are planning for symbiotes down the line in Spider-Man Unlimited. You're gonna have to be a bit patient, but your patience will be rewarded with amazing characters, sweet VO, really cool gameplay experiences, and a very sweet renewal of the experience. So, but it is down the line, and once you see what we have planned in the upcoming updates, you'll understand, okay, I get why, it's taking a long time to do other things because they're creating these sweet things. So, it's gonna happen though, for sure. We got you covered. I know you guys want it, and we're gonna bring it to you, definitely. So Kather asks about Secret Wars out next week. Will we see some Secret Wars content in the game? Very good question. And I'm not going to say whether Secret Wars is going to be in the game, but we are looking into the current running Spider-Man, or the upcoming running Spider-Man comics, and the big Marvel events that they have planned to see what we can do to incorporate their content into ours. People seem to really love Spider-Verse. You guys, if you love Spider-Verse, definitely write down, let me know that you guys love Spider-Verse, because if you guys love Spider-Verse, then we can, we should definitely look into Secret Wars. But I want to make sure that you guys really loved what we did with Spider-Verse, that it would totally justify doing more things like that, because we're totally looking into that at the moment. So,
I suppose we were gonna cross paths eventually.
In the Blackest Night says you're also being annoying, but Flibby says try not to be rude. So I think there's some Twitch arguments going on right now. You guys, play nice. This is an experience of love and kindness and joy. We're showing new content in a really sweet way. If you are not happy, then if you're not happy now, I don't know when you'll be happy. Like, does it have to be your birthday? Like, 'cause this is like the next best thing, basically. happy moments, happy times. And tree hugging, yes, and tree hugging. Oh, Cyber Totem asks a great question. Will there be any more Scarlet Spiders? Yes. We have some more Scarlet Spiders planned. Some of you might be familiar with a Scarlet Spider who's not a man, for instance. That Scarlet Spider is certainly planned.
In a big new way.
In a big new way. What big new way?
I am unsquashable.
Beyond, above and beyond the legendary.
No, that's a
Different one?
that's a
No?
different one. Totally got that one wrong.
Sure?
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop talking and playing.
Yeah, just keep playing.
Too much focus.
Professor Brovsky asks, is it possible to face the Inheritors again in the future? At the moment, this was a strictly time-limited experience. You know, the whole Inheritors and Spider-Verse was going on with the Spider-Verse comics, and it was like, you know, it was a totally time-limited experience. You could only experience the storyline on those certain event days. You could only experience certain bosses during this time. So for now, they are not planned to be brought back. However, stuff always changes. We might want to renew the content down the line. You want to, you know, have an homage to bringing back some of the characters. It's not out of the question to bring the Inheritors back eventually. But, and you know, that's how time-limited experiences work. I can tell you guys right now that you guys better be enjoying Silversable, because she is not going to be in this game forever. Because ultimately, with villains, they are very heavy in file sizes, and this is a mobile game, so we need to reduce the file sizes. Otherwise, Android people complain that they cannot download or update the game because the file will be too large. So, because of that, we have a general policy of rotation of content. So, bringing in new villains, but then taking out previous villains, and kind of doing a rotation thing. So, enjoy Silversable now while you can, because she is time limited, just like the Inheritors were.
You're good. I'm better.
So, S-Pajamas, SS-Pajamas 2020, asks, do you guys plan to release a legendary Spider-Man or woman with abilities +1 to hit and +1 to near miss?
Just give up
Didn't we
now.
do that?
Not yet. More
I'm pretty-
overpowered
No,
legendaries.
I'm pretty sure that we have a legendary with a +1 near
I think
miss.
we have.
I think I really remember that one of the recent ones were. We have to look into it. We should totally do it, though. I agree. If we don't have one now, it's definitely planned, not for the update that's going to be released next week, but the update after, perhaps. It will be requested.
5:15.
Oh, it's 5:15.
Well, how long?
Should we do?
How much longer
Should
are
we
we gonna
do?
go?
Should we do a quick giveaway?
We could do a quick giveaway, if you can think of a quick question and quick answer.
Okay, so Cairo Vet says no, we don't. We only have 2 epics who do that. So okay, now that I know, we'll look into it. We'll definitely see if one of our big legendary characters that we release in the update after this one will have those abilities specifically. So
Just a matter of balancing them, so you're not always using the same one forever,
But-
because he's the best.
Yes,
But yes,
balancing is key.
balancing is key. So, giveaway.
Giveaway. So, here's the question. Okay, so what are we giving away?
Some ISO 8. And it depends if it's going to be an easy question or a hard question.
I think this is a hard question because I'm going to admit it right now. This is a trick question.
Trick question.
It's
okay.
kind of a trick question.
So in that case, one winner.
It's actually not a trick question at all.
Not a trick question.
Okay, it's going to be, we're going to pick.
Can be
We'll
like
pick one winner.
one winner.
That winner will win 200 ISO 8s. And how you do the giveaway is
We'll ask you a question.
I will ask a question, and you will respond to the question by writing in the. Ooh, that's a lot of ISO 8s.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And JD says that he really needs that 200 ISO 8. So JD,
good
wish
luck.
you best of luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay, so how do I word this?
I don't know how you want to word it, but
How do
think
I
it
word
through.
this? Okay.
One keyword, 1 or 2 keyword answer.
Okay.
Type it in.
I'm trying to do it
up there.
politically correct. In a
Politically
correct
correct.
way. Okay. So Harry Osborn.
Wait. Enter the answer first.
If they add in.
It has to be the exact word.
Okay. Actually, I don't know if this is a good question.
Well, I don't know. It's up to you. If you want to take a second and think of a better one, or if you want to just roll with it.
I was down for this one, but I'm starting to wonder. Like, I don't think this is a good question, actually.
Well.
Okay.
No 200 ISOA for them.
Okay,
then.
you know what? No, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go with this question.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Ask the question.
What caused Harry Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man comics to lose his mind a little bit and become the Green Goblin?
In the comics.
In the comics. In the Amazing Spider-Man comics that were running in the 70s. Or sorry, at this point I believe it was, I think at this point it was the early 70s when the Amazing Spider-Man, the storyline occurred.
Dun dun dun.
So, I'll say it one more time. What caused Harry Osborn to lose his mind and eventually become the Green Goblin? And this is a really tough one, so I don't think
it's too hard. Is that what you're saying? Too hard.
Let's see what people say, because a lot of people are saying something. Okay.
There's some knowledgeable people in the chat. We
Yeah,
can't
I'm
always
really
underestimate them.
I'm really impressed.
Can't always underestimate
I thought this was going to
them.
be a really difficult one, but people are getting it.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so we're going to let you guys answer.
Just remember, it's
Answer
like
over-
one or two words.
Yeah,
So if
we'll
you're
give you-
entering, enter one or two words, which what you think is the answer.
Okay.
And we'll get some entries.
Yes.
But
Okay, so while that's going on, why don't we play a little bit more?
we can definitely play.
So
a
why
little
don't we
bit more.
actually go through the models again and show people the cool new Spideys that are available in this update?
Sure.
And these are not all of the Spider-Men that are available in this update. These are the Spider-Men that we're showing you today. But there's more Spider-Men planned for this update. A sweet one planned for Cinco de Mayo. We got one planned as part of like the Dark Spidey's thematic. So lots of cool stuff. But let's show them the ones that we're showing today.
Sure. And just off the start, there's the little collection counter, as you can see on the My Team page. This is a cheats build and a beta build, so my stats are incorrect because it says I collected them all. But on yours, it will show all the Spideys you've earned right now. So keep that in mind too. Is the collection counter counts all your current Spideys and all your future Spideys. So if you collected one and discarded it since launch, that won't count right now. But if you get them again in the future, it'll count. And then I'm fairly certain you can delete them and they won't lower your collection number.
Right.
So, Spider X. Boom.
Yeah, I love Spider-X. I was saying before, what I really like about his costume design is the fact that it's Peter Parker's costume, but just like ripped open, you know, like as if he'd just be transformed into this giant monster of a person, which is why he has like the cloths on the wrists and his ankles. So very cool character. I'm such a big fan of this one.
Not too bad abilities. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like
And we're, you
not
know,
the abilities you guys
We're bringing in
were
some like
hoping
proper
for.
monsters, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, the thing is going on for a while, so should we
We wanna
choose
do it
the,
now?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good time.
We will roll the winner right now. Dun dun dun.
All right. The
This
winner
is the winner.
of the 200 ISO 8 is Axel 3DX. Woo! And guys, by the way, the right answer was the drugs. Ultimately, Mary Jane did dump him, but that didn't make him go crazy. What made him go crazy was the drugs, and he had already gone crazy by the time his father died. But because he was so, kind of drugged up and everything, he responded really poorly to his dad dying and finding out that he was the Green Goblin, and then he became the Green Goblin. But without the drugs, his seeing his father and Mary Jane dumping him would not have been enough for him to go crazy and become the Green Goblin. Ultimately, what made him the Green Goblin was the drugs. And I do like that. Like, not the fact that drugs made him evil, but like kind of what the history of Marvel Comics is, where drugs is kind of like a really big issue in the early 70s, and so they actually made it like a real life part of this character. It was almost like a bit of a message of the time. So, I mean, you see that a lot in the comics. So if you look at especially in the 70s, there's lots of like character or like, kind of civil rights or, rights protesting and, drug-based themes and lots of stuff like that. It's interesting. Yeah. So anyway, why don't we show the last few characters, and then we'll show you guys Tears one more time because someone wanted to see Tears, and then we can call
I got
it
it
a
up.
day.
So Tears.
Okay.
So
Tears.
you can see champion tier, current tier we're at. We currently have the standard portal level 3 unlocked and the premium portal level 3. So this is what we were talking about earlier, where as you progress in your tiers, your portals will get better. Your premium portals and your standard portals, they'll be upgraded and new spiders will be added. There'll be better chances to get rares, legendaries, epics. You can see the next tier, the final tier. So for those of you who have maybe 4 level 100 legendaries already, you might be automatically promoted to this legendary tier when you update. So what you get to look forward to at that tier is your standard portal. It gets upgraded to level 4, so you have 10% chance to get rare spiders, which is a huge change to right now, because right now in the standard portal, you're mostly getting commons or uncommons with a really low chance to get a rare. Then your premium portal also gets updated to level 4, and when you reach legendary tier, you're going to get twice the chance of getting legendary spiders in the premium portal, which is huge. It'll be better than it is right now. Right now I think there's 1 legendary in each premium portal with a really low chance, so that chance is going to get buffed. And it's not just the current premium portal, so you got to imagine a whole revamped, totally new premium portal, not based at all off the current premium portal or the current standard portal. The tiers do not apply to the VIP portal. That's a separate thing that gets rotated every 15 days. The Spidey tiers really focus in on those core portals, which are the standard portal and the premium portal. The tiers focus on your event rewards, and the tiers give you these perks and rewards each time you get promoted. So when I do get promoted to legendary tier, I'm going to get a free rank up and free 100 ISOE. And that's pretty sweet. As you can see, you might, if you're a absolute new player, you'll start off as a rookie. Some of you guys might start off as experienced or heroic or champion, and you'll work your way up to the legendary tier.
And as Kyle said, if you are starting the game as a champion, you will get the rewards of the previous tiers. So sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're already an experienced player, you're gonna go into this update and get lots and lots of rewards. It's gonna look good.
Yeah. So as Nick Fury tells us, it's the 4 best Spider-Men out of your whole collection.
Everyone's saying I look really small compared to you. Stop leaning forward. I want to lean back. Yes, lean back.
And yeah, so as you can see, and as we mentioned, you'll never get demoted. You'll only ever get promoted, even if you lose some Spideys or anything
Jerry
like that.
50th says he wants to be a rookie. I don't think he understands.
I don't think you want to be a rookie.
You definitely don't want to be a rookie. The whole point is, as you progress, as you play, as you're leveling up and ranking up and getting more Spider-Man, you get better rewards, better chances in the portals, more and rewards from the growth of your game. So, yeah, it's all good stuff. All good stuff.
Good stuff. And yeah, you can always check your Spidey tier from the My Team menu.
Yes.
As you can see in the lower right-hand corner, that accesses it all.
Right, and so why don't you show the new characters one last time while
Absolutely.
I will answer the last questions for the next couple minutes, and yeah. Okay, so Marvel Maniac says, answer me please, but he didn't say his question, so I cannot answer him.
Gee.
Let's see. Jerry 50th asks, says he wants to be a rookie, saying a low Spider-Man, and then it makes him look better when you don't win the events. Nope, we're gonna expose you as the terrible game player that you are. Will Battle World affect the game? No plans for Battle World in the game, but I don't know if you got ideas for it. We're all ears. Marvel Maniac says he has an important question. Please answer it. But I do not see your question.
Ask it again, quickly.
Ask it again. Okay. So, Roderick Kamikaze asks about Earth 15 Spider. And we don't have plans for Earth 15 Spider. I'm actually not sure who Earth 15 Spider is. So I always say this, Kyle's always looking on the Facebook page for new Spider recommendations. So make your recommendations on the Facebook page, and we will be reaching out to Marvel and asking them if we can have them and plan them in the updates. So Artist of War asks if there's going to be an event for bullet points. At the moment, there's no planned event, but we'll definitely remember that and consider that for the future. When is this update out? Coming Batman something. It's coming out next week. We don't have an exact date. It's going to be in between Monday and Wednesday. So just go on the Facebook page. We're going to be announcing the release of the update then, and it should be live on Android and iOS on the same day. Maybe a little bit of a time difference between, so don't freak out.
If there are any delays, we'll keep you posted.
If there's delays, we'll let you know. Gunvolts asks about the Bronx Zoo as a environment. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Actually, I was thinking what would be sweet is like a Ravencroft environment, which would kind of be like the Bronx Zoo, except instead of animals, you'd see locked up villains. That'd be really sweet. But we don't have plans for it, so don't get excited. But that would be so awesome someday. So let's see. Will there be new abilities added in the future? Asked Paper Clown. Yes. In fact, we have a new big gameplay feature that's going to be out in the next 2 or 3 updates, and there's going to be whole new abilities around that. So yes, we do have new abilities planned. Are you planning on adding new daily leaderboard prizes? Not at the moment. We kind of like the consistency of your daily leaderboard giving you something specific every time you're there, but we will look into it and see if maybe that's an option for down the line. Jerry 50th asks, is Spider-Man Unlimited coming to Twitter? And yes, we do have plans for Spider-Man Unlimited coming to Twitter, so look out for that soon. I am such a Twitter dork myself, so I'm really going to enjoy that. Kyra Vet asks about addressing this update addressing the iOS lag. Kyle, do you know anything about that?
I mean, like we said, they're always optimizing stuff, and
Totally.
we're actually pulling out all of the Spider-Verse
yes.
stuff. We're pulling out a lot of unused content and old content, so that decreases the file sizes. That makes
The lag should be much better this update, but if it's not, let us know, and we're going to constantly be looking to improve it even further. So S Pajams asks if we can make the vials normal size with the 2x power up. It blocks the view of any obstacles behind it. I personally haven't had that experience. We actually shared that feedback with the production team, and they didn't have that experience either. So maybe, but it's not planned right now. If it is, we'll let you know.
I'm on your side. They're large.
No, they're not
they
large.
block the things.
They do not block anything. That is a dumb.
In the little sewer Oscorp
It's not dumb.
sewers.
It's not dumb. I'm sorry. Your question was
In
not
the
dumb.
Oscorp sewers, they sometimes get in the way of those little mini barrels.
Okay.
But, yeah, definitely feedback.
Billards
We have
asks
basketball.
about Stan Lee coming to the game.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
that'd be so. Yeah, I've been wanting to reach out to Stan Lee's people and seeing if he would want to do something like that. So, no plans yet, but it's definitely something that I would love to do, and I'm glad other people want to see that as well. So, Roderick Kamikaze asks about Electroproof as a legendary character. Currently not planned, but we can certainly consider it. So, yes. Shelldog asks, will Dark Devil appear in Spider-Man Unlimited? Because Dark Devil is Ben Reilly's son and Peter Parker's nephew with spider and demon powers. That sounds awesome. I didn't even know about that one. Can you, follow up on the Facebook page and share that? Because that's definitely like a character that I would love to have. That sounds sweet. Collinator or Atoir, I'm not sure, asks for Queen's environment. No Queen's environment planned, but we'll certainly consider it. We do have a really sweet environment planned. I think people enjoy the kind of really different, unique environments more than like the alternate like extension of New York's. So people really enjoy like the 2009 Nines and the Doc Ock's underwater lab more than they enjoyed the Highline, for instance. So I think if we do add environments, they're going to be a little bit more like thematic and visually exciting and very different from the standard outside New York.
You want to play the trailer again to end things on a high note?
That sounds good. So that's it. You can download the update next week, early next week. We'll let you know exactly when it hits. When you download the game, leave good ratings. Let us know how you like the characters. Go crazy in the competing of the events and enjoy Spidey tears. I know I will. It's a great new feature. If you need anything, just hit us up on the Spider-Man Unlimited Facebook page. If you want to hit me up directly, you can do so on Twitter at Tatiana MUFC, and you can reach Kyle at
GameLoft_Kyle.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. You can reach me for sure, or on Facebook every day.
Yes.
So someone was asking about beta testing stuff, which is some posts we had on Facebook for the U.S. and also for specifically local New York residents. We are on the lookout for Spidey fans who want to come into the studio to help us test new content, provide us their feedback. We really like to get users' opinions of huge new features we're planning. So if you are in the greater New York City area, look on our Facebook page for some posts. If you're in the U.S., we're also looking for people. You don't necessarily need to come into the office for these other types of play tests, but we're just looking to gather up a whole bunch of collection of people right now, and then when we have more info, we'll let you know when we're moving forward with the play tests and the early preview program.
Okay.
On to the trailer.
Enjoy the trailer, and you can find this update next week on iOS and Android. Enjoy.
Thanks for coming.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. But as they say, strange times make strange friends. And with the entire dimension at stake, times don't get much stranger than these. Everybody always says that they want a hero. But in the face of absolute evil, sometimes it takes a monster to get the job done.
I used to be so into you, but after this sad performance, I'm not so sure. You're out of your depth, Webbs.